There's something strange happening right now. The more people use AI, the less they think for themselves. Not because they're lazy, because the answers come too fast. And when answers come too fast, you stop asking better questions. You open a question, type it out, wait a few seconds, the answer shows up. Clean, clear, already structured. So you read it once, maybe skim the middle, and move on. You don't push it further. You just accept it. And it feels normal. It actually feels like progress. You saved time. You got clarity. You kept moving. Nothing feels wrong in that moment. But something small didn't happen there. Something that used to happen automatically. And the strange part is, you don't even notice it's missing.
Most of us didn't decide to rely on it more. It just became the first step. You open your laptop, there's something you need to figure out. Before you think it through, you already start typing the question. Not after trying, before trying. You're writing something, a message, an idea. You get stuck for a second. Not long, just a pause. And instead of continuing, you check. You let something else finish the sentence. You read it, it sounds right, so you keep going. You're planning something small, a decision, nothing complex. You could think it through. You've done it before. But now there's an easier path, so you take it. And again, it works. The answer is good, so there's no reason to question it. This repeats a few times a day, then every day, until it stops feeling like a choice. It just feels like how things are done now. And because everything still works, you don't notice what you stopped doing because nothing broke when you skipped it.
Before we begin, if you value quiet, thoughtful content like this, subscribing helps this channel grow and makes it possible to keep creating videos without noise or hype. Thank you for being here. Now, let's begin.
It doesn't feel like thinking changed. It feels like it got easier. You used to sit with a question for a minute, sometimes longer. Not because you enjoyed it, because you had to shape it in your head first. Now, that part gets skipped. You go straight from "I need to know" to "here's the answer." There's no middle. You're not building the question anymore. You're selecting one. You see a few versions, pick the closest one, send it, and the response comes back finished. So your role becomes smaller, less forming, more choosing, less exploring, more accepting. It still feels like you're involved. You're still reading, still deciding, but something underneath is different. You ask something, and the answer looks perfect, so you stop thinking about it. Not because you're convinced, because there's nothing pushing you to go further. No gap, no resistance. Before, the gap forced you to continue. Now, the answer closes it instantly, so the process ends earlier than it used to. And when a process ends earlier than it should, you get the answer, but you don't get what thinking through it would have built. There used to be a delay between the question and the answer. You had to sit with it, turn it around, try one direction, then another. That delay did something important. It forced you to stay inside the problem. You couldn't leave it halfway because there was nowhere else to go. So your thinking kept moving, even when it was slow. Now the timing changed. You reach the question, and the answer is already there, before your mind fully enters the problem. So the process gets shorter. Not because you chose to skip it, because nothing is holding you inside it anymore. The friction is gone, and without friction, there's nothing stretching your thinking. Take something simple. You're trying to figure out how to explain an idea. Before, you would sit there, rewrite the sentence a few times, delete it, start again. At some point, it clicked. Not perfectly, but it was yours. Now, you pause and immediately check. A complete version appears, clear, well-phrased, so you take it and move on. But in that moment, you didn't go through the parts where the idea becomes fully clear in your own mind. The answer arrived before the thinking had a reason to continue.
If this feels familiar so far, not as information, but as something you've been dealing with, we keep a growing collection of prompts, tools, and simple frameworks designed to help you think more clearly, start more easily, and work better in this environment. We add to it over time. Nothing overwhelming, just practical resources you can return to when you need them. If you want access, you will find it in the description. Now, let's continue.
Nothing breaks when this happens. You still get results, you still move forward. In some cases, you even move faster than before, so it feels like an upgrade. You finish tasks quicker, you get cleaner answers, everything looks more efficient. But something subtle starts to shift. You're working on something, you reach a point where you're not sure. Before, you would stay there, think a bit longer, try to resolve it yourself. Now you don't stay, you check, and the answer replaces the uncertainty. So the discomfort disappears quickly. That sounds like a good thing, but that discomfort used to do something. It was the part where your own thinking got stronger. Now that part gets bypassed, so slowly your confidence moves somewhere else. Not all at once, just a little each time, from internal to external. You start trusting the answer before you trust your own direction. And because everything still works, it doesn't feel like dependence, it just feels like being supported. But over time, more of your decisions start coming from outside before you even try to form one on your own. So the advantage isn't where most people are looking. It's not in getting better answers or getting them faster. That part is already available to everyone now. The difference starts earlier. You see it in small moments. Someone pauses before asking, not because they're stuck, because they're already thinking. They open a question, but they don't send it yet. They sit with it, adjust it, sometimes even answer part of it themselves. Then they check, not to replace their thinking, to refine it. You can see it when they read an answer. They don't accept it immediately. They compare it to what they already had in mind. Sometimes they disagree. Sometimes they reshape it. So the answer doesn't end the process. It continues it. From the outside, it looks almost the same. Same tools, same speed, but the order is different. Thinking comes first. The answer comes second. And that small difference is already putting them ahead. The more AI improves, the more valuable independent thinking becomes. Not because it's rare, because fewer people are practicing it. You don't notice it in big moments. You notice it in how long someone stays with a thought before moving on. Not because they're slower, because they're still thinking. And over time, that difference compounds. They're not just getting answers, they're still building how they think, something that doesn't disappear when the tool changes. And if this is what's happening to thinking, there's one skill that becomes even more valuable because of it. Not a tool, not a technique, something that gets rarer the more AI improves. That's what the next video is about.
If you made it this far, it means this topic matters to you. In the next video, we continue building on this with clearer understanding, practical perspective, and ideas you can actually use. Following the channel really helps us keep developing content like this and adding more resources over time. The next video continues from here. You can watch it now.